Welcome, my loves. How are we doing? All right. Grab a snack, come back, and enjoy this one because I'm just kind of hearing all the pain, the sorrow, the regret, everything's kind of catching back up towards your person. And I'm hearing finally, it kind of gives me a sense that this person kind of always operated your guys' connection very numb, very towards the whole thing, kind of acted like they cared less. I feel like everything's catching up to them right now. And again, I'm kind of hearing pain coming from your person, okay? But anyways, I go long and detailed for a reason. So if this doesn't apply to you, sit right with you. You don't want to hear what I have to say. That is completely okay. We'll come back later, okay? But first, before I talk about this collective, I just want to confirm the energy of what's going on. The only thing is I'm having a hard time telling how this collective is feeling. I can just mainly feel a lot of masculines. They're not feeling so hot right now. Like I said, I'm just hearing the pain and everything's kind of catching up towards them right there. Cold, left in the cold, literally one-sided. That's how I'm telling you. It could be very snowy where you're at. I mean, over here in the Midwest, we just got through a snowstorm and it's not fun over here, but like it could be very snowy. It could be very stormy where you're at right now, or you could have just gone through some form of storm. What else? And then I got secrets, holding back, hiding facts. I'm seeing that secrets is like I'm definitely tapped into a person that's really never put their vulnerability out on the table when it comes towards this connection. Compromise, coming back together, making it work. I'm seeing a breakthrough, literally breakthrough. You could have broke something. I just heard. This collective, you wouldn't... Again, I'll get into more detail. How are you feeling specifically towards this person? But you literally could have just broken something, whether it's a piece of jewelry, earring dropped, something shattered, something broke. And anytime you break something, and I know it can be very annoying depending on what that item is, but that usually is a sign from your guide saying you're about to go through a breakthrough. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. And then I got marriage and then clarity, seeing clearly when it does come. That see clearly, get on the same page and answers. I feel like I'm seeing two people that are about to be on the same page. How quick is this coming? It may come in a little slow, not super slow like the way you think, but I'm just seeing like I think as over the days evolve. We'll see. Let me just do a few more. And then I got complicated and then manipulation, controlling, toxic, confusion, not seeing clearly. What is that? Oh, divine masculine. Woo! And secret crush, watching you. I have a crush on you. My camera dimmed out on me. That was weird. Sign. Anyways, your person has clearly gotten out of a manipulating toxic state themselves, okay? I don't think you consider your person's manipulation, very toxic. If that's how you view your person, that's not your reading. They clearly got out of something, and I think their mind is a little bit confusing, which explains why they're not feeling too hot. And in a lot of ways, I am kind of seeing a lot of obsession tying over into your person right now. 333 on my timer. You could be seeing 333. Let's do one more for the secret admirer. Oh. And then longing, missing you, desire, connection, sign. That's what I'm saying. Everything's catching back up to this person, whoever you're connected with, where I feel like for the longest time, they've done everything they could to shove this away. And they did it, could have literally very cold. You could label this person as they could come off very cold, like they didn't give a shit. They were very numb. They would move like a 9 to 5. I'm hearing like a 9 to 5 sort of way. Just very go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens types of ordeal. Now, I feel like they're feeling everything real and raw right now. My heat just kicked on. Sign. Let me actually, before we move on to this collective, let me see what is this manipulation. Obsessed. I told you this person's obsessed. Spying, social media, infatuation right there. But I also feel like your person was attached. I don't think they are now by no means, but they were attached to a karmic that was essentially very manipulating, very controlling. I don't think it's your person. I think this is something your person has been attached to. Again, guys, I go long and detailed, so don't make these details fit. Okay, I think they've been attached to somebody for the longest time who Was literally obsessed over this person, obsessed over you, and I feel like this collective, you're very aware of it. I know I keep saying I'm done, but I want to do one more for that secrets. What were they holding back? I love you. That's what okay, that confirms exactly what I just said. This person, the biggest secret they kept from you was their vulnerability. I don't think this person ever, yes, it could have came off like toxic, especially if they went back and forth between, you know, maybe like got a hold of you and then they were still latched onto a karmic. But I have to make it clear, I don't think they're attached to this karmic. I think what has happened is because they're sitting alone, their feelings are catching up to them right now. This is the epitome of your person didn't know what they had until it was gone. And in a lot of ways, from what I'm feeling so far, I feel like this collective, I don't think, like, so I'll tap into how you're feeling. I don't think you're sitting on your high horse right now. Action, right? And reconciliation came through. I think it's not going to be super duper speedy fast for this reading. But again, I'm hearing everything's catching up to your person. So I'm seeing baby steps are coming through for this collective. Truly, this is going to be a nice reading. But anyways, as I was saying about the third party, I feel like this collective, you're kind of grateful in your own right for the third party, because you know, everybody, I always say karmics get such a bad rep. We're all karmics in somebody's life. There are people in your life temporarily to teach you a lesson, and I think you look at this karmic, this collective, as that karmic in a funky way made this person wake up, but unfortunately it was a negative cause towards it. Sorry, having a hard time talking. Sorry. That's your person. That's what I'm saying. I think your person's like, everything's catching up. Whereas bad as it sounds, I don't think this person ever was this obsessed. I don't think you ever labeled this person as very obsessed over you. Now, I do think this karmic was very like eyeballing towards you. I don't think this karmic ever approached you by no means, but I think in your own right, you always knew that whoever they were with, they were always keeping tabs on you. In a lot of ways, I'm hearing that jealousy type of ordeal. But let's break this bad boy down. Okay. Let me see now. How does this collective, how do you feel about this, about your person as of right now? Okay. And guys, like I said, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm how you're feeling. Okie dokie. So let me just kind of see how is this collective feeling about your person? How are you feeling? Cosmic love, but then self-love, you're choosing yourself. You really do look at your person as another cosmic, you know, love. But that's what I'm saying. Even though if you may be feeling this person is like watching you, or, you know, you may even, again, be feeling a breakthrough's coming through. I don't think you're like all uppity giddy. You're kind of just relaxed. I feel like this collective, the best word I can describe out of you is you're relaxed, okay? Again, don't make it fit. Let me see what else. How are you feeling towards this person? Masquerading in balance. That's what I'm saying. You know there's a shift. You know it. That's what I'm saying. You could have literally broke something recently. Today you could have broken something. And I'm hearing something minor, like said, a piece of jewelry, or like something in your kitchen, or you dropped something went kaboom everywhere. That's a big sign for this collective. Another sign is crystals. You could have broken a crystal. I always say when you break a crystal, or a piece of crystal breaks off, that's the sign that that crystal has done its job for you. It's done. Congrats. It's a good sign. So that could be another sign. A crystal could have snapped on you. But that's what I'm saying. You know there's a breakthrough that's been happening. You know it. That's what I'm saying. I feel like this collective, that's you right here. You're relaxed. You're balanced out. Let me confirm one for this masquerading. What is this masquerading? Triggered right there. Okay. I think in your own right, you're trying to put on a mask. I feel like I always say right before union or right before reconciliation, however you want to word it, you get very familiar with certain people, certain scents, certain places, taste. Like you get, and it's linked towards your person. I think it's scaring the crap out of you, but not in the sense of you're trying to turn this person away. It's like, what is this? I feel like the past few weeks specifically has been freaking you out. And I feel like there has been little triggers that have been coming your way as far as maybe things related to that karmic. It's like kind of, I'm seeing the moon card, things that are kind of in your face, but it's not real. And it's freaking you out. It's tripping you out. You never